Okay, we're back here. Hey, we're going to welcome Ron Harper.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here, Marcia.
I'm really glad you're here.
I loved your introduction. It was so sincere. And George Burns once told me that the secret of good acting is sincerity.
George Burns once told you that?
Yes, when we were doing the series Wendy and Me. And he said that's the most important thing in acting. So if you can fake that, you got it made.
Oh, good. Faking it.
Yes, you did it.
Oh, good. I had no idea. That's right. In Wendy and Me.
Wendy and Me and George and...
And who else was in Wendy and Me? That was...
Connie Stevens.
Connie Stevens was
in that. She and I played husband and wife.
That was great.
I loved that little section you did with the coral snake.
That was frightening.
How did you learn Red and Yellow Kill a Fella?
I don't know. I just knew that.
That's an old scouting thing. The other one, Red and Black, Friend of Jack.
Yeah, he couldn't remember it. Do you remember he was trying to say there was something else about Jack.
That's the Red.
He was trying to remember it.
Friend of Jack, yeah.
But so that's great. I'm really glad you made the trip here. And there's a lot. We have a lot to talk about. You've been in a lot of series. Wendy and Me.
Yeah.
You were in Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
You were in Garrison's Gorillas, and you were leading all these series. And
yes.
You were Lieutenant Garrison.
Yeah.
And I went on their website, Garrison Gorilla's website. It's in China.
In China,
it's all in Chinese. I tried to navigate it, but I couldn't quite figure out what they were saying.
I was just over there 2 years ago. It's very...
In China?
Yeah. It's very popular, and I talked to them. I said, I didn't know why it was. And they said, well, when they had the government controlling the television, it was all mundane, non-political, well, very tepid television. And when they released it and allowed television in, the first ones that came in, one of the first ones was Garrison's Gorillas.
But they still aren't exactly free. I mean, they're still not allowed to watch everything.
No, no. But they are allowing some of them in. And this one was one that they let in, and it surprised the people because we were like rebels against established authoritarian government in Germany. So,
wow.
Yes, that was it.
That must have been a great show.
Yes, it was. It was my favorite show, Garrison.
And and you did, I remember Land of the Lost, and they made a big film out of that.
Yes.
And you had a starring role in that one. And, there's a lot of stuff.
Wendy and Me.
Wendy and Me, Planet of the Apes, Land of the Lost. You did a series called Generations.
That was a soap. I did 6 soaps.
You did 6 soaps?
Yeah. But you left out 2 of my nighttime soaps, series. 87 Precinct.
87 Precinct.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, you started with Robert Lansing in that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Nice guy. And the other was with Jean Arthur.
Jean Arthur, the Jean Arthur show.
Yeah. She was wonderful. Saw a clip of that the other day. She was great.
And, and you brought us a little video of showcasing your series.
Oh, the titles.
Yeah. So could we see that? Could we see the video?
It's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
Okay, here it is.
Hi, this is...
Well, that was amazing. That was truly amazing. You did all those series.
Thank you.
But I hear, I've done a little research, and I saw that you got one of your starts by being Paul Newman's understudy.
Oh, on Broadway.
On
Yeah, we
Broadway.
did a play called Sweet Bird of Youth.
And who was directing that?
Eli Kazan.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing to work with two. It doesn't get any better than that.
I totally agree with you. And they were remarkable. I mean, both of them. But Paul was unbelievably good. Well, when the show was in production and it was going, I had an offer to come out to California for a 7-year contract at Fox. And when in New York, we actors were always very frightened of those offers because we had heard that the studios would hire an actor who was similar to one of theirs and then bury him.
Really?
That's what the rumor was.
Was it true?
I don't think so. But anyway, we had a lot of questions, and we were very fearful about going to Hollywood instead of the real acting on Broadway. So I went to talk to him. He was a wonderful, wonderful man. And he said, come on in. This was after the show. We went into his dressing room. We had a couple of beers, and he said, Ron, I'll tell you, if you are ready, then you should certainly go out there now. But if you're not quite ready yet, hold off, because you've been directed by people like Eli Kazan and Frank Azzaro, good directors. Wow. And he said, out there will be directors who will not only not help you, but will hurt you. So you have to know how to take care of it. He said, if you ever saw my first movie, The Silver Chalice, and you see me there, with this jutting jaw and these blue eyes, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You would take out ads apologizing for that. I thought he was the sweetest guy in the world. I loved him.
He did a lot. He gave a lot of money to charity, and
yes, the Hole in the Wall gang that he started for kids with cancer and problems. He made more money with his foods, and he would donate at least $250 million a year
with the organic
for these
line
kids.
that he has now, and I believe his daughter has taken
it over. Yeah.
Seemed like
it's a wonderful man. I really miss him too.
Well, you're lucky you got to know him.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, he was wonderful. My first introduction to him was Butch Cassidy's Sundance Kid. But anyway, also I wanted to mention that I was reading an interview how you first wanted to be a cowboy. That was that's what it said, that you had first wanted to be a cowboy, but then you got a scholarship to Princeton.
Yes, thank God.
And you were talking to the dean about changing your major and becoming a
well, that's what it was.
Performing arts major.
I was a scholarship student.
Right.
And as a scholarship student, which was wonderful at Princeton, I was required to, I worked in the dining halls. They took care. They sent me a letter saying you had been admitted to the class of '54. Let us know what your financial situation is. And I told them we had no money, and my father worked in a nursery, and so they sent back a letter saying, fine, and that way you need a full tuition scholarship, a job in the dining halls for your room and board. What a wonderful university. It was like that. So about my junior year, a summer theater was starting up called the University Players, which had been done in the 20s and not been active since then. So they were starting it up again, and I was invited to come as a juvenile for the season, but they didn't pay any money.
Right, like this show.
Yes, like this. I feel so much at home here, So, and I was required as a scholarship student to earn $400 during the summer job.
1 minute.
To keep it up. So I had to go and talk to the dean of admissions and something, and they said, they've invited me, I'd like to do it. And he said, Ron, the purpose of a college education is simply to help you find how to most enjoy the rest of your life.
That makes a lot of sense.
Isn't it? He said,
Before we cut you off, though, I wanted to show this picture. I don't know how well it's going to come in, but it's actually Ron with Albert Einstein in Princeton. I don't know if you can see this at all, but here's Albert Einstein, and there's Ron. Can we see it at all? He's in a monster garb.
Yes, it was.
But this is amazing. I don't know anybody else that's ever met Albert Einstein.
I talked to him backstage. He came down to see us, and he said, what do you plan to do after? And I said, I don't know. I think I'm going to study law. And he said, the acting? I said, oh, I love it. He said, it's really so important if you can manage to do what you love for the rest of your life.
That makes a lot
That's
of
Albert.
sense.
Nice
Well,
guy.
I'm glad you're here. Wish we had more time.
I'm so happy to be here, Marcia. Good
very
luck with the show. You're
Very
delightful.
happy to see you. This is a good excuse to see you.
You bet. Bring me back every week and we'll
every
have lunch.
week, no problem. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.